Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about the Sun card, and if you just happen to have come across this video or it's landed in your feed, then see this as a reading for you for today. So it's quite a good reading. It's quite a good day today if you're seeing this video for the first time and you're seeing the Sun card just pop into your feed on YouTube. Before we do though, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft, tarot, shadow work, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to know how you can become a confident tarot reader, I have the Confident Tarot Reader course. It's up and running now. It is a live course at the moment. If you want to jump in the next time it is offered, make sure you're on my newsletter. There's a link to my newsletter in the description field below this video. Or if you want to join the Confident Tarot Reader now, you can still join. You can catch up, or you can just listen to all of the replays because I record the lessons as we go. The link to that is in the description field below this video as well. So the Sun card for today, and what a happy card it is. It's kind of weird because it's actually very cloudy here today, and it's been sunny for the last few weeks. So it's interesting that the Sun card came up today and the weather around me at the moment is kind of cold and cloudy. But this is a beautiful card to come up in a reading because whether it is upright or reversed, it's still a pretty good card. You can't go too wrong with the Sun card. Upright, it's all about joy, success, abundance, even prosperity, vitality, and that childlike nature. So connecting to the inner child and looking at the world with this childlike wonder and this childlike innocence in the world. The symbolism on the card is very bright. You've got those bright yellows there with the sun itself and the sunflower leaves. You've got oranges there with the sunflowers, and with the banner you've got that beautiful blue in the background of the sky. You've got the sort of grey sort of coloured horse that blends in with the grey wall there, and then you've got the child, which has got a bit of an orange tinge to it as well. So you're dealing with oranges and blues and yellows with that little bit of a neutral grey there. The sun, of course, is highlighted in this card because it's the card of the sun. The sun in the tarot is usually about positive, bright things. It's about vitality, it's about optimism, and the energy of the sun, that creative energy of the sun radiating, so being of radiance. It has a very positive energy. The sun can also be about confidence as well. So if the card can be describing a person, it would be a very confident person who does have a bit of a more of a innocent, childlike view perhaps of things. But when I'm talking about innocent, I'm not talking naive. I'm just talking about that approaching the world from a place of seeing the beauty rather than seeing the ugly. And that's a choice that we all have. We can look out at the world and see the beauty, or we can look out the world and see the ugly. And even if things do seem particularly ugly, if you happen to be in an environment that is, maybe you're in a garbage dump or something for some reason, it might look pretty ugly, but there's going to be something of beauty there to see. So always look for the beauty. And particularly when you're on a spiritual path, it really is about when you see the beauty, you start to see the essence of things and you start to see the energy of things. So if you're in nature, of course, and you're seeing the beauty of nature, you're starting to connect with the energy of nature, and you connect it through its beauty. If it's beautiful to you, you're going to feel attracted to it. And so you're going to feel a feeling towards that beauty of that flower or of the trees in the way that they are filtering the light through them, all those sorts of things, the different colours, the different greens, all those sorts of things. Even with the overcast weather that's outside my windows at the moment, there's a beauty in that because the trees look much greener against the grey sky, and there's a beauty to that as well. There's a beauty to the clouds and the different shades of grey and white that are out there. So look for the beauty, and it will lift your energy and lift your vibration. And that's, I think, a message that this card definitely has and has for you today. The banner is orange. Orange is a very optimistic, courageous, confident, successful colour. It is about enthusiasm too. It's a bit of a cross between the passion of red and the confidence of red and the optimism and joy of yellow. So you've got the best of those when you've got the colour orange. The horse is movement. So it can mean travel, this card, because you're dealing with a moving creature such as the horse. And it's a bit hard to sort of say whether the horse is moving or not, but it kind of looks like the horse might be moving because of the way the child's sort of seated, because the child sort of looks like it's enjoying some sort of energy there. And the child is referring to our inner child, looking at the world through that inner child lens of joy, being joyful in the world, like we would have been as children if we were doing something that children really enjoy doing. And the sunflower is also representing that beautiful solar energy. When the card is reversed in a reading, or if you do upright readings and it's negatively aspected, say with the other cards or the position it's in, the sun isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not like it's totally reversing the meaning. It's more like there's either an overactivity of the energy of the upright meaning or an underactivity of the energy. So instead of being all optimistic, maybe you're being pessimistic and you're not seeing the sun for the clouds, because behind these grey clouds that I have in the sky around me at the moment outside, the sun's actually still there. It's just you can't see it because the clouds are covering it. So it could be a message to, hey, even though things look pretty rough right now, try to find some good in it. Try to find what's working. Try to find something that is helpful so that you can not succumb to going into this depressed, negative, hopeless rut, because you don't want to go down into that energy, because that energy is just going to keep you going down in that energy. You want to be able to look for something that can help bring you up and out of it so that you can raise your vibe again and actually get motivated to see the solutions that are actually around and be open to the opportunities that might be around and available, and being more energetically open to asking for those opportunities too. The sun can also, when it's negatively aspected, can be saying that you've got an underactivity or an underactive solar energy. So you're not quite as joyful or as enthusiastic as you could be. Maybe your energy's a little bit low at the moment. Maybe you're feeling down at the moment about something. Maybe you're not connecting to your inner child right now. And it could be saying, connect to your inner child. Think back to what it was like when you were a child and you were excited about things, when everything was exciting, and you would point to things as a child, like because it was the first time you'd probably seen them, and ask what it was, or want to share what you'd just discovered about a pile of dirt with your parents and wonder why they weren't interested when you were. Just going back into that childlike innocence of what it's like to look at the world with wonder again. And instead of being pinched off, which this card reversed or negatively aspected would suggest, that maybe you're just pinched off from spirit, you're pinched off from your soul self, to be able to raise your vibe again so that you're connected again and you're not pinched off from spirit and feeling negative. When the energy is overactive, so it might be saying in the reverse position that maybe you're being overconfident, as in you're not really looking at things realistically enough. You're kind of compensating by being too overconfident about something. And due to that overconfidence, it could be putting you at risk, for example. So taking risks is something people often do when they're overconfident about something or overlook things. And so the Sun card can be indicating that there's an excess of that solar energy as well. And depending on how it's aspected and what other cards might be showing up, it could even indicate, particularly if it was about a person, that the person could be a bit on the arrogant side as well. So it really just depends on how the card works for you. But the message today is all of those things. If you are looking for something to lift you up today, then this video is for you. The card is saying to you, look for the beauty, look for the good, focus on that, focus on what that feels like, then focus on what you want and what that feels like, and what it would feel like to have what it is that you want. How would you feel if things were different? How would you feel if things were the way you'd prefer they be? What would that feel like emotionally? What would that feel like in your body? And focus on that feeling and then see what comes out of that. What opportunities come up. Conversations start happening. More videos on YouTube might show up, or other things. You might find a book, or anything can happen when you start opening yourself up to the beauty and essentially asking for help with a situation. It can also be a message that, hey, whatever thing you're working on at the moment, it's doing well and it's all good, even if it doesn't look that way. It's actually all great and all happening. So, keep on the path that you're on, and again, look for the good and look for the beauty. If you want to become a Confident Tarot Reader, do have a look at the Confident Tarot Reader course. You can join anytime. If you don't want to join us live over the Zoom lessons, you can watch the replays. Most of the people in the course watch the replays. Only a handful of people come on the Zooms anyway. A lot of that's just simply because of timing, and just a lot of people prefer to do it in their own time. So you wouldn't be the only one who would be doing it that way. So yeah, take a look at that. The link is in the description field below this video. If it's not the right time for you, but you're interested in it, maybe in the future when it's offered again, if it's offered again live, I'm not sure whether it will be offered live again, then make sure you're on my newsletter. And that can be by clicking on the newsletter and link in the description field and signing up for that as well. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra for mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.